I couldn't even believe like that's all it took. Just like some precision adjustments, you know, that didn't even take a few minutes, like, and just incredible the effect that that had. Like, you sat me up in my chair, you told me to bite down like 3 times, and like instantly my brain like registered change, like something is dramatically different here. And I feel like my muscles are like still trying to adjust, but like there was like a tension valve that like instantly released, and I couldn't even like, I mean, I was just overcome with emotion. I'm like, wow, I'm able to feel something that isn't tension now. I don't even know how to put it into words. I got so used to just clenching nonstop 24/7 for years. And I feel like it's finally like releasing, taking a step back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had an interesting story, and you said that the symptoms didn't really show up until, what was it that happened?
It was in 2017. My mouth worked fine. My jaw, I had no issues until 2017. After a long day, took a red-eye flight, had a middle seat, was just stressed. And then I was just so tired, I fell asleep like this for like an hour, just not even aware. I guess I was like shoving my jaw back. And I didn't realize the damage that I did until I got off the plane and I went to eat a bagel. My mouth did not open. I'm like, why isn't my mouth opening? Mm-hmm. That was the worst it's ever been. After that day, I've just been riddled with just all sorts of issues. There's asymmetry. I feel like the left side of my face and the right side of my face are just totally out of sync.
Yep.
The muscles here, I feel like they've been tight for years. Like opening, like I just feel like it's working harder than it needs to. And just all sorts of sounds in my joints here. When I'm really stressed, it's just, it's misery. Like I felt like I had to do something about it.
How are you feeling today?
Today is not so bad. I have this mouthpiece here. Probably not the best, but it gives me some relief. If I sleep the whole night through it, I wake up and there is a sense of relaxation in my face.
Do you wear that every night?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Or else, right?
Yeah, I feel like it helps. And I'm also, ever since that day, clenching. Even my friends noticed when I'm working, they're like, yo, you're clenching your jaw like a lot, like relax. I do it probably more than I think. And just trying to get, even now, like, it's hard to just let my jaw relax.
Does one side feel more tense than the other?
This one.
The left side?
Yeah. They're both messed up, but this one, like, I can almost feel like it's almost swollen the muscle or something.
Tell me, when you bite down, do you feel like there's a left-right balance, or do you feel like it's one-sided?
I definitely feel like something's off balance. I feel like my left maybe touches first before my right.
I can see your masseter going right now.
Yeah? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just constant tension, huh? What do you do for it? Other than that? You take any meds for it?
I don't take any meds.
Been in any docs?
No docs, because I feel like it wouldn't help, honestly. I read about DTR therapy, and I felt like that's the only like potential hope for me.
Yeah.
I do also find relief massaging here, like digging into my, I guess, temporal muscles.
Yep.
Like right here. So this is tender. Also sticking my finger in my mouth to get the pterygoid.
Pterygoid released.
Yeah, that one helps a little bit too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like you've done your homework. I mean, for you to have done enough digging and said, okay, well, this is going to be the way I address this, that's impressive. For a TMD patient who has symptoms like yours, if they go into orthodontics and the teeth are moved into a more favorable position where the biting surfaces of the teeth are also not provoking these muscle tensions, they can fix a lot of TMD problems because they're refining and calibrating the bite or the occlusion, right?
Yeah.
However, if those same slopes and interferences are still present at the end of orthodontic treatment, it's not going to fix the symptoms, right?
Yeah.
You could straighten the teeth and have symptoms, or you could have crooked teeth and no symptoms. It's all about your anatomy.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, a lot of patients get lost in the mix because they end up with these symptoms, but nobody can really diagnose where it's coming from, right? Sounds
Yeah.
like you diagnosed yourself a few weeks ago.
I put a lot of time.
Did you?
Yeah, I found you in a directory. I think like a
Yeah.
seminar
The
directory.
DTR certified providers, yeah.
I called all of them, and
Did you?
yeah, I just wanted
There's
to
a bunch
get
on that list,
the A
but-
to Z, you know. And I feel like you have the most analytical, methodical approach, thorough.
I appreciate that, man. That
Got
means
you.
That means a lot to me because I put a lot of work into that. We talked about Dr. Sutter, and I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. Nick Yanyos.
Oh yeah, that's the first one I found.
You watched a lot of those videos?
Yeah, like it was like a video with millions of views. This grown man crying.
Yes.
And I'm like, I want that.
Okay, right on.
I need that.
I
Like,
don't know if we're going to make you cry, but we'll do our best. But
please.
yeah, no, it's amazing when you start seeing those stories of those patients in their own words, right? You have any dental work in your mouth at all?
I had braces when I was a kid. That's it.
You did?
Actually, yes, I did. Long time.
And that's right. We talked, you had a trampoline incident. Is that what it was?
Yeah. And well, yeah, I think it was after I got braces. This front tooth here,
Yeah.
this is a veneer,
Yeah.
porcelain.
Yeah.
They had to like shave my tooth and just the veneer on top. Well, after the root canal, because it was, you could probably still see purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like dead.
Yeah. Yeah. And how long ago was that?
Oof, 2007. I was a kid.
Another 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a jaw fracture when that happens?
No, it was just this tooth. It almost fell out. It was like wiggling.
Okay. Occlusion can mean a bunch of different things to a bunch of different people. To an orthodontist, occlusion typically is talking about the jaw relationship of the mandible to the maxilla.
Yeah.
And then we have this classification where class 1 is normal, class 2 is an overbite, and class 3 is an underbite, like this.
Okay.
Now, those are classifications, and that's called occlusion, but that's not what this occlusion is. This occlusion is the biting surfaces of your teeth, right?
Yeah.
And even microns of interference can cause muscle tension. In the head, and neck, there's so many muscles that they all kind of participate together to move this jaw around in a sling, right?
Yeah.
So there's muscle recruitment and et cetera, et cetera. What we're looking to do is to do fine-tuning the adjustment of the biting surfaces of those teeth
Yeah.
to improve the range of motion and balance of your bite, you know, all that. Everything I do in here, in your mouth, is going to be measured, and you can see it all. It's going to be a little bit clearer to you as we go through the diagnostics. But the first thing is the joint vibration analysis. It doesn't do anything. It just listens to the noises your joints are making.
Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
pretty sure that you're going to be good on that one. EMGs measure the muscle activity to show a difference between the before and the after.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that you can put onto a scientific paper.
Yeah.
So to the world of dentistry and doctors, that's important because we're establishing that this is a legitimate protocol that can actually reduce muscle tension.
Yeah. I can imagine this side will be firing off more.
Yeah. And when you see those patients that are hooked up to the EMGs, that's mainly to synchronize the two and show that indeed the changes we made to the bite are having an effect on the muscles.
Yeah.
Right. It is an interesting dance, this treatment protocol, because it involves multiple appointments and each one can have an effect on the big picture. But I'm going to show you if you see my website, all the muscles that are involved in the head and neck. If 6 of them are tense, okay, your masseters, your temporalis, maybe your pterygoids, and we turn down one of them, the others might still be tense.
Yeah.
Okay, so the caution that we give every patient that is considering this is that it may get worse before it gets better.
Okay.
Or it may change, right? So by peeling off one layer of the onion, relaxing 1 or 2 muscles, the other muscles may then position your jaw a little bit differently because they're hypertensive, right? Then we have to measure that and adjust those until we reach a point where everything is starting to kind of fall in line. As an example, a patient from a couple of years ago came in. She couldn't chew on her left side. She thought it was because the Ulta therapy, she went and had some cosmetic stuff, right? And they put lasers on her. She thought they fried her masseter muscle right here. While we measured it, the muscle was fine. But she thought that was the case because she couldn't bite on her left side. First or second round of DTR therapy, we get a phone call and she says, well, now my teeth are touching on this side, but I have a headache over here on the top right side. So it's like, it can be a little confusing as a patient because you're like, hey, wait a minute, why am I getting new symptoms You know, this is supposed to be fixing the problem. And so I try to explain that ahead of time. And those are known unknowns as opposed to unknown unknowns. The scary part is when you get into this stuff and you don't know what the complications can be. But the truth of the matter is the occlusal adjustment, DTR therapy, is so conservative. It's more conservative than routine fillings, routine crowns. The amount of adjustment we're doing to the teeth is just microns, and it can have that big of an impact.
The biggest change came immediately after the appointment, and then I guess throughout the day I was just feeling the ripple effects. I was wondering if I was going to have any side effects, like you mentioned. Like some patients perhaps do feel them, but I didn't feel anything. No ringing, no headaches, just straight bliss. Like I don't even know. Like yeah, just tranquility. Honestly,
Good.
I don't have any adverse effects.
That's great. And how'd you sleep?
Slept pretty damn well, like especially. And I don't really sleep well in places that are not my home, but like in this hotel, like I got some good Z's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You probably will for another few days.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Good.
Like,
Good.
yeah, I even feel it. Like when I walked out of here, like I almost felt sleepy. Like I was like, am I gonna be able to drive my car right now? But yeah, I actually took a nap when I got to the hotel, like, because I just felt this.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm hoping that it'll continue to improve in the days to come.
I've been enjoying this new sensation.
It's a life changer, huh?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Tell me about your expectations going into this.
I was actually pretty, I mean, there was some skepticism at first, but I mean, I was very hopeful because, you know, I come from an engineering background, you know, everything's data driven, and I saw your approach. I put in the time to research it, and I'm like, all right, if anything's going to work, it's got to be this. Like, at least, you know, everything is tracked and like there's data for everything you do. So I took the leap of faith based on that, and, you know, I feel like it was worth it.